10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just full power. And liftoff, OneWeb 3.
Vehicle's pitching downrange.
Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
Nominal power and telemetry.
Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from Pad 40 at Cape Canaveral, carrying the OneWeb
supersonic.
Launch 17 payload. Now we're still going up, but we're also heading horizontally away from the launch pad. And coming up in just a few seconds here, we will be approaching the point of max Q. There we go, call out for that there. At the point of max Q, we throttle the Merlin 1D engines down briefly to reduce the loads on the vehicle. We've now throttled the engines back up to full power, and this will help us continue to accelerate towards low Earth orbit. The rocket typically needs to go about 17,500 miles per hour.
MVAC engine chill has started.
Good call out there for MVAC engine chill. We need to go about 17,500 miles per hour horizontally in order to avoid being pulled back down to Earth and actually get into orbit. So keep an eye on that stage 1 telemetry at the bottom of your screen. Now coming up, we're going to have 5 events in very quick succession. Those are main engine cutoff, or MECO, stage separation, stage 1 flip, second engine start 1, boost back burn, and then from there, the fairing halves will separate. So keep an eye out for those events. Again, starting with main engine cutoff, coming up on that point in just about 15 seconds here, so let's listen in for that.
Main engine cutoff.
Stage separation confirmed.
MVAC ignition.
Stage 1 boost back startup.
And there you go. You just heard and saw main engine cutoff, stage separation, stage 1 flip, and second engine start 1. Now we are in the middle of the boost back burn, which you can see on the left side of your screen there. That first stage has flipped around and is burning 3 of its Merlin 1D engines to head back towards the launch site, while the MVAC on the right is pushing the second stage into low Earth orbit. Now today's mission is what we call a RTLS, or return to launch site. And that's actually where we return the first stage back to a landing pad that is actually very close to where we took off from. Now this burn should last about 50 seconds, so we have about 10 seconds left in the boost back burn. Both stages continue to look nominal.
Stage 1 landing burn.
Start of our stage 1 landing burn. That's great drone footage of the first stage that you can see on the right-hand side of your screen. Incredible views from first stage coming down on
Stage
landing
1
zone
land and let
1.
deploy.
That was a beautiful landing.
Stage 1 landing confirmed.
OneWeb, Sat Alpha 1 and Alpha 5, separation confirmed.
And there we go, confirmation of successful deployment of OneWeb Sat A1 and A5.
OneWeb, Sat Alpha 4 and Alpha 8, separation confirmed.
Good news there, we did just separate another two OneWeb satellites, A4 and A8.
OneWeb, Sat Bravo 1 and Bravo 5, separation confirmed.
There we go, two more OneWeb satellites, B1 and B5 have been separated. Getting some really...
OneWeb, Sat Charlie 1 and Charlie 5, separation confirmed.
There go the next two, C1 and C5 have successfully deployed.
OneWeb, Sat Alpha 2 and Alpha 6, separation confirmed.
There we go, two more satellites deployed there. Got a great shot of those satellites floating off into space. A2 and A6 have successfully deployed.
OneWeb, Sat Bravo 4 and Bravo 8, separation confirmed.
Looks like we did actually have coverage of OneWeb satellites B4 and B8 deployments. So that leaves just one more.
9 satellite deployments confirmed. So that includes the 2 satellites from the first set of deployments.
OneWeb, Sat Delta 4 and Delta 8, separation confirmed.
There you had confirmation of
OneWeb, Sat Delta 3 and Delta 7, separation confirmed.
great news. You see Delta 3 and Delta 7 satellites have successfully deployed. Final
OneWeb, Sat Charlie 2 and Charlie 6, separation confirmed.
great confirmation of satellites C2 and C6. And those are the last 2 satellites of the second deployment sequence. With those last 2 satellites, that confirms
Tune in to watch these last satellites deploy from the second stage. And we did earlier have confirmation of successful deployment of E3 and E7 satellites.
OneWeb, Sat Bravo 3, separation confirmed.
More good news there, just successfully deployed OneWeb satellite B3. Coming up in about 10 seconds or so, we should be deploying the next 2 satellites.